Let's face it, we're never getting No Game No Life Season 2. But no need to worry, because I'm about to give you 5 anime like No Game No Life. And you should know the last entry is more or less just a carbon copy of No Game No Life. But just take a moment to guess what waifu this is.
Don't forget to tell them to like and subscribe.
Number 1. Phi Brain, Puzzle of God. This story is about a boy named Thomas who wakes up in the middle of a maze. That doesn't seem right. Let's restart. This anime follows a high school student named Kaito Daimon, who is a brilliant puzzle solver. Since there is no puzzle he can't solve, Kaito willingly takes on a philosopher's puzzle, which is in the form of a maze. Unlike an ordinary maze, if Kaito takes a single wrong turn, it could easily mean the end of his life. As you probably have guessed, Kaito is able to solve the maze, and he ends up acquiring an armlet which gives him the ability to use his brain's full potential for a very short amount of time. Now that he has entered the world of the solvers, he has no choice but to travel around the world tackling different types of deadly puzzles in order to one day take on the Puzzle of God. Phi Brain is like No Game No Life due to their male leads. Kaito and Sora are both extremely intelligent and are able to solve any puzzle put before them. Plus, they have extremely similar personalities. Another similarity to No Game No Life would be the large diversity in the different types of puzzles Kaito faces. This is similar to the very large variety of games Sora and Shiro take part in. So if you like Sora's character and the large variety of games, then this anime might be a good one for you to check out. Next up, we have an anime that contains so much culture that some of the brightest minds on our planet are drawn to it. Number 2. Kaka Guri. This anime has 2 key components, a metric boatload of different ways to gamble, and lots of completely psychotic women. If that sounds interesting to you, then pay attention. At Hayako Private Academy, the students are just your typical teenage students with typical teenage worries, such as their reputation as a high-stakes gambler. Boy, do I miss those days of high school.
That never happened. I went to school with you.
Moving on, all the students at this academy are from wealthy families who apparently just give their children large sums of money to gamble with. This anime follows the new transfer student, Yumiko Jabami, as she sets her sights on gambling against the all-powerful Student Council President. Kaka Guri is like No Game No Life for multiple reasons. To begin with, Yumiko is an insanely strong gambler, just like how Sora and Shiro are insanely good at all types of games. Another similarity between the characters is that Yumiko is able to see through her opponent's tricks and schemes, just like how Sora and Shiro can do the same. Then, both anime revolve around high-stake games, where the only way to gain power is by winning, even though the odds are always stacked against our protagonist. They basically just took No Game No Life and completely reskinned it. Kaka Guri is a fantastic anime, and I highly suggest you check it out. Sora and Shiro might be the best in the world at competitive games, but what about dating sims? Number 3. The World God Only Knows. Kima Katsuragi is a high school student who is completely annoyed with his everyday mundane life. IRL, he has little to no interest in girls, but in the virtual world, he is known as the god of conquest, because there is no virtual girl he can't conquer. Basically, our protagonist is a no-good otaku who has a crummy personality, and he only cares about playing dating simulation video games. One day, Katsuragi receives an email asking him if he can really conquer any girl. Being nice and humble, our protagonist immediately replies with a yes, which seals a contract between him and the underworld. Katsuragi now has a collar around his neck, which is set to kill him if he doesn't help the cute but naive demon Elsie capture the evil spirits which have escaped from hell. So, what role does Katsuragi play in this mission, you might ask? Well, it turns out a kiss is the only way to extract the evil spirits from the hearts of the girls they are inhabiting. So, Katsuragi has to use his extensive knowledge of dating sims to win over the hearts of real-life maidens. The World God Only Knows is like No Game No Life due to their protagonist. Katsuragi is a master of games, well, a very specific type of game, but this is like Sora and Shiro who are also masters of games. And all of these characters have to use their in-game knowledge to gain real-life power. This anime also has the whole brother and stepsister sexual tension gag, but it's definitely more of a joke in this show. Overall, this is just one of those cases where the shows feel extremely similar. Hey, you there, viewer. Why haven't you subscribed and clicked the bell yet? I mean, you're gonna need more anime recommendations in the future, plus it really helps out the channel and I would greatly appreciate it. Number 4. Control. The money of soul and possibility control. Yoga is a second-year college student who is currently studying economics. During one late night of studying, Yoga hears somebody knocking on his door. He answers the door to this Willy Wonka-looking mofo who gives him the opportunity to join the Eastern Financial District, which is a world overflowing with money and opportunity. All he has to do to accept this offer is put up his very own future as collateral, and he will then obtain his own asset, which will help him throughout the financial district. Yoga accepts the offer and enters into this realm as an Entra, with this girl being his asset. Once a week, Yoga must compete in a game known as a deal, where he must use his asset to battle against other Entras. Look, honestly, I don't really understand how these deals work, but hey, they look pretty cool. So how is this anime like No Game No Life? Well, Sea Control primarily takes place in another world, just like No Game No Life. And technically these deals are just a game since they don't die from losing. So yeah, it is on this list due to the isekai setting and the games aspect. Personally, I found this anime to be very average, but yet somehow very intriguing at the same time. So it looks like this story was published and animated before No Game No Life, so that would actually mean No Game No Life is the copycat here. Number 5. Problem children are coming from another world. Okay, let's begin by breaking down No Game No Life. Its protagonists are superhumans who can win any type of game. They get transported into a fantasy world where games are used to settle all disputes, including territory. Protagonists quickly ally themselves with the weakest community, where they begin to battle other communities in order to expand their control and power. And then, due to our protagonists' superhuman abilities, they easily see through and defeat their opponents. If you haven't caught on yet, that breakdown is also the same exact plot for The Problem Children Are Coming From Another World. So yeah, I would go as far to say that Problem Children and No Game No Life are basically the same exact anime. Honestly, they didn't even change the overall appearance that much. The only two differences that are noteworthy is that the kids in Problem Children have actual superpowers beyond their ability to win any game. Then No Game No Life is more strategy focused, while this anime has more of a combat focus. Basically, if you like No Game No Life, then you are guaranteed to like Problem Children Are Coming From Another World. This is your last chance to leave a guess in the comments. It's Darkness from Konosuba. Is it safe to say that you're an anime fan? Well, if you are, then chances are you like anime merch. If you would like an anime poster, then check out the video linked in the card above or the description below. It will also go towards supporting the channel. Another thing, feel free to join my Discord server too. Thank you for watching everyone, I hope to see you next time.